What I need to know right at the beginning of the day is what your strengths are and what areas are likely to let you down if you're at any time under pressure. So I have got to put you under a little bit of pressure for you to show me in a very, very short time, 3 minutes, anything that is likely to present a problem.
Okay.
By not getting you to write something about yourselves, which is a subject you know about anyway, and by not allowing you to have that much time to think about it, you're going to give me your strengths straight away, and you're going to show me the areas that needed a bit of work on. If I didn't know those areas, I wouldn't be able to draw the areas out of you during the day. You've had a chance to prepare something at the end of the day, but it's also something you're familiar with.
Yeah.
So it's still something for you, but it's now scripted, which in actual fact it's quite difficult to present from a script. But I'm not so much looking for the content again. I'm looking for your timing, I'm looking at your pace, I'm looking at whether you're projecting your voice more strongly, I'm looking at the pausing, now a lot of which never appeared in that first one at all, mainly because you would never think about it. But during the day I've invited you to think about it, I've invited you to try it, you know, as a few exercises, a little bit of fun in a presentation. So by the time you get to the end of the day, you're now not just thinking about the basics, you're thinking about all the areas now that are going to help you to look good when you stand up, whether you're just speaking or whether you're presenting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So as you learn to do it on an everyday basis, just when you're talking, that the minute you've got that going for you, you can stand up anytime, anywhere, and those skills and techniques are in place. You never have to think about them again. I never, ever, ever think about how I'm coming across, because I know it's already there.
It's a bit like learning to drive. I've been writing several times during the day.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether it's going to be more effective to go away and, you know, if I'm doing a networking event, practice one specific bit, or trying to keep an overall view of the whole lot.
Practice it every day in everything you do. Use it in your everyday conversation, and then you'll find that you just adapt that to everything that you're doing when you're on your feet. I mean, somebody counted how many hand gestures I used in my speaking club, which I run from here every month, and I didn't ask them to look at my hand gestures. I have no idea how many I use. Apparently I used 34 different hand gestures between 5 and 8 minutes. Well, yes, from starting to up to 8 minutes. And I hadn't got a clue that I used that many. I wouldn't even think about it. But it's been, there we are, going well. It's been built up over the years. But I'm asking you to build up to 15 gestures. That's a variety of 15 different moves. And if you do it gradually, you'll suddenly find that those gestures draw people in rather than pushing them away. That's great. Have I got any more feedback sheets to come? Well done, everybody. Thank you so much. And are you going away feeling that you are much more competent, confident and credible than you felt you perhaps were this morning?
Yeah. You know what to look for.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Super day. Really lovely. I've so enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
been
you.
smashing. Absolutely fantastic day. And it's really nice for you all to meet each other as well. Lovely.
And would you recommend this?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
To other people?
Yes,
Who do you think it would be useful for?
I think it would be useful to anybody working with people. It's all about communication in all sorts of ways. So I don't think it's necessarily just aimed at business people. I think it's aimed at people working in a whole host of environments, from public sector, private sector, voluntary sector, education, you name it. So yeah, definitely.
Good, thank you.
I've heard quite a lot of people who I respect talk about Lorna's work and how valuable it's been for them. And I am in a business which involves my presenting to people often. So although I've done a lot of training in the past, I wanted to come along and see what I could achieve. What's really nice at the end is when the presentation that we'd prepared brought along with us, when we get written feedback from Lorna in those different categories of how we're actually working now. And I read a lot of very nice positive stuff with some very good pointers as to where I could do some more work and be better, like less hesitant in front of cameras, for example.
Excellent. Were there any surprises?
I guess how quickly we all got to know each other, partly helped by that first exercise where we introduce ourselves at some length. But it's always strange when you come into a room and you know you're going to be working with people for a day or half a day. But I love it when you get to know people really at a level that you wouldn't normally. And you find yourself sitting amongst people and thinking, oh, this is a really good bunch of people to be with. Hadn't expected this today.
Good. Would you recommend this course to other people?
Yeah, without any doubt. I mean, Lorna has trained most of the top people in the company that I'm linked with, and it was very evident at our recent national conference that there were mostly people who she had trained, but there were some who she hadn't. And I was able to sit there and get a hunch of, yeah, Lorna trained him, Lorna trained her, not that one. So really, anybody who's going to be doing presentation to groups of people, I think everybody could gain from something like this, however able they are at the beginning.
Good. Thank you. Thanks for being willing to share that feedback with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.